Here's my E36 after it's been sitting since 2014. This is what we're going to put that turbo on. This turbocharger is dual ball bearing. We've got acorns in the floor, good sign of mice. And we've got couple panels falling down, headliners pretty much trashed. We've got moss growing in the carpet over here. So we're going to put some soil down and see if we can grow some corn. Now this car is fully loaded, so it does have the sport package, heated seats, the sport seats. This is an AC Schnitzer short shift kit. Back when, you know, this was really popular to upgrade this car, that short shift kit was like $1,000. Got a couple things going back here. The intake, which we're going to redo all that, and a fuel pump, which I'm going to probably have to end up replacing all that. This car really needs, I think, door seals real bad. It's getting water inside the car, mainly over there in the driver's floorboard. So it's got the AC Schnitzer paddles. This leather should clean up pretty good too. It was actually in really good shape before I parked it. You'll notice the dash. This is the parts I put on this is actually 95. So I really like the door panels and the dash and the 95 model in comparison to like the 93 and 92s. Got that front mount intercooler and a 3-inch turbo back exhaust with the cat and the resonator. It really wasn't that loud with this exhaust system. But I did get pulled over for an exhaust ticket, but that was because I didn't realize that on the passenger side is where the manifold sits, and it had a crack in it. So it was kind of loud on that side, I guess. But that was a while back. I ended up just stopped driving it because I didn't want to have to deal with exhaust tickets and stuff anymore. But I'm going to try and quieten it down as much as I can. The turbo usually helps make it a little bit quieter too. I also have the downpipe for this, but I do have to redo the piping just a little bit to make my new turbo fit. If you haven't seen what turbo I'm using, go check it out. I posted it about a week ago. It's a GTX35r GTX35r compressor wheel and a 67mm turbine that I had made for a ball bearing turbo. Now the back of this car, I completely replaced from here back, and I kind of regret that. I wish I just bought another car, because you could see, I mean, it's been like 4 years since I repaired that, but you can see it's starting to rust a little bit right there and there. So I was thinking about painting it or just leaving it like a sleeper look. On this side, it's starting to get a little bubble there. But for like 4 or 5 years since I've done that, I think it was May 2012 when I did all the body work, it's really not in that bad a shape. I probably should go back and redo it, or just get another shell or something and just leave it. Here's my downpipe. I just gotta alter it just a little bit for my new turbo, because I had a different turbo on this before. It's also got two 10-inch subwoofers and these 2 amps here. One's, I think that's an Alpine, and that one's a kicker. I don't really care for that kind of thing. It just happened to be with the car when I bought it. And you know, that's I guess an M wing, and we got M series side skirts, and it also has an M bumper, which is at my parents' house. See if we can get this to open. This is how it looks after I just said I was just gonna park it, not do anything else with it for a while. So I should go back and probably blast that pipe and paint it. But this is already done, and I had an elbow that went to the intercooler, so this was already done from the intercooler to the passenger side. So I just have to redo that a little bit. For this car, you do need to have this coupler because the factory boot will completely rip if you're going turbocharged. This is my exhaust manifold. It's a TCD and a teal external wastegate. I think it's a 38mm. With this manifold, you have to have the on-center turbine housing, which I didn't know when I bought it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But luckily, I got into the turbo business and was able to make custom stuff. So that's why I'm able to make that turbo that I showed in my other video. This should be a pretty fun car. The thing that I love most about this car is that I put an LSD in there. Took the LSD out of an automatic rear diff, and then I put it inside the diff that was already in this car. So that gave me an LSD for this car, which is pretty awesome. It's just rear wheel drive. I think I made a pretty cool drift car. I've got some really nice wheels to go on it too, but I'm not going to reveal those just yet. Here's what that moss looks like with that mouse trap. I didn't know how to properly set, which went off probably by itself, and the mouse still got the cheese. I really like how the dash is set up on these with the really big tachometer. What do you guys think of leaving this a sleeper completely filthy? I may need to wash the windshield just a little bit so I can see where I'm going. I bought a war chip for it, a whole kit for $1,000 used, but I would have been a whole lot better off buying a new one because once I went to put it on the vehicle, the chip just would not allow the car to start. I put it in correctly. There is an alignment mark for you to put that in correctly because the chips are directional, but it just didn't work, so I got ripped off on that. That's why I stopped working on it, and that was like 5 years ago. I just decided that I was just kind of tired of that and ended up just saving up my money and buying another nicer car. This one, you know, it's not really that nice, but it does have a lot of potential. If it had a good paint job and the interior was cleaned up, it would be a really nice car. But stay tuned if you want to see how this build turns out, and also be subscribed if you want to see how the Volkswagen turns out.